welcome terrific Taurians. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I'm here to do your January 2020 horoscope. Now, just quickly, a quick note about how I operate when I do these videos / live streams. I do a little bit of astrology at the start, then I do a psychic introduction covering the main themes that I pick up psychically for you. Then I do some tarot cards and a psychic summary at the end. So it's like a bit eclectic and using various skills to give you an overall view of what your month is going to be like. Okay, so to start with the horoscope part, it is quite a big month and it's a really big year because here we are, a new month in a new year, in a new decade, but there is a lot going on in the heavens. Now, firstly, in numerology, it is a 4-year, which I won't go into too much here, but I will leave a link on this description about where to go to find out more if you want to know a bit about numerology and a bit more about the astrological influences for 2020. Okay, so, and we do have, added to that, we do have a lunar eclipse this month, and there are 6 eclipses in 2020. So that is actually a lot. That doesn't happen, every year. It happens, not that often. Okay, so there's so much happening. One of the things that a lot of astrologers are talking about at the moment is the Saturn-Pluto conjunction as well. So I'll cover that as well, and that's on the 12th. All right, so let's start off. The 4th sees Mars, okay, so that mighty planet of motivation and energy and action. And it's going into your 8th house. Now, the 8th house is quite a strange place. It's the place of shared resources, so it can cover money, and inheritances and things like that, but it's also the place of sex and intimacy. And when you think about that, that is a shared resource, ideally. Intimacy is shared. So with Mars going in there, you could be feeling more inspired, more motivated to go out and get what you want with regards to sex, intimacy, or other people's money. So you might want a loan, for example. You could want access to your 401k if you're in the US, or superannuation if you're in Australia, which is where I am at the moment. So you could be feeling very motivated, and it's about taking action, okay? So you can get what you want, okay? So joint resources with other people. It might be your money, but they've got control of it in some way. The 10th sees a lunar eclipse in your 3rd house. Now, the 3rd house is all about everyday learning, study, your local environment, your siblings if you have any, and messages and communications. So with the lunar eclipse happening there, you could have some transformation going on. Some things could be coming up in these areas that you have to deal with, okay? But you're dealing with them so that you can change them. So it's for the better, okay, in your life. You could become, because it's a lunar eclipse, you could become more self-reflective, and these things are coming up inside you so that you can take action later on, not necessarily taking action straight away. The 12th sees Saturn and Pluto conjunct in your 9th house of higher learning. So you've got your everyday sort of general type of learning, then higher learning, which is more about abstract concepts, spirituality, travel, foreign connections. If you're looking to go overseas, you could meet some very special friends or even a special lover overseas, okay? So it's quite an exciting kind of influence. But Saturn and Pluto, there could be restrictions around it. So it's like maybe you want to go, but there are things keeping you here. challenges that you have to deal with here, commitments that you have to sort out, and things. So if you just keep your eye on the prize and your mind focused, you will get there if you want to go overseas. Okay, it won't happen overnight, but it will happen. Okay, 13 sees Venus joining Neptune in your 11th house of friends and groups and hopes and dreams. This is beautiful. You could be having particularly lovely dreams or little flashes in the day that are really giving you a lot of harmony and contentment and feelings of warmth and love. Okay, so Venus and Neptune there. You could, for example, because it's a house of friends, something might happen with a friendship that it becomes more than a friendship. It could become that one of your friends gets closer and closer to you. It could be a male or a female friend, and they become a lover or something like that. But it's also associated with hopes and dreams. So it's whatever your heart, is true to your heart. If you've been friends with somebody for a while, you could really see a deepening of that connection. The 16th sees Mercury, the 20th sees the Sun, and the 24th sees a new moon, all going into your 10th house. So there's new beginnings around your career and your reputation. Perhaps your online reputation or status. You might decide to start a group or get some new friends online, and you get a bit of a following, for example. There's happiness and insight and awareness around it because of the Sun. There's messages going back and forward because of Mercury. And as I was saying, the new moon brings a new start, a new beginning, an extra arm to your life. An extra, what would you say? An arm to your life. An extra area in your life that comes in. So it improves your work, or it improves your reputation. You could get quite a following. Okay, so a big month astrologically. Now, I'll just close my eyes. Terrific Taurus. Okay, there's a river in front of me and it's traveling very fast. Okay, you could be feeling more vital, more energetic, but I do want to say to you, go slow. Don't go too quick. You could fall into this river and the current is very speedy. So you do need to be a little bit careful that, you check all your ducks are in a row and your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted, because you want to think about things, don't be impulsive. And you're normally not impulsive. This is really not the real you, because you like to think about things and plan things out a bit. And so I would say keep doing that. But there is this increased energy, this soul energy coming down. You may be feeling some pressure to get something done because it feels really important to you. That's fine. Get it done by all means, but don't rush. Okay. So now we're going to go to the tarot, and I'll just put the board up here. And I've shuffled these, I've pre-shuffled these previously, but I'll just give them a quick shuffle again because it's nice to have fresh cards. Okay, and what I'm going to do is pull a card for every week of the month. Terrific Taurus. And straight away this card jumps out. Okay, this is Swords. You could have been tying yourself in knots about something. This is the 8 of Swords, and again 8 is a very important sort of number in the tarot. It typically means resources. You could have got yourself into financial stress in some way, and now it's time to free your chains. In January this month, something's going to happen where it's going to come to a head, and you're going to say enough is enough. Terrific Taurians. You may do be careful, because I'm doing this in December. Do be careful that you don't overspend around Christmas time. That's a real trap. Also, this could be in a relationship where somebody's been dominating you, not ideal. But the events of the lunar eclipse are going to give you a lot of insight this month, and you're really going to put your foot down and make a decision about an area in your life where you've been feeling trapped in some way. So that's in the first week. Let's have a look now. Trapped or restricted, actually. Could also be restrictions, challenges, obligations, commitments. All right, let's look at the second week for you, terrific Taurians. And we come up with this one, the Fool card. Okay, this is pretty obvious given this situation the previous week. You are stepping out. You're going to take a risk. You're not going to let, you're not going to be bound by somebody else's rules and regulations. You're going to let go of those chains and step out into a new world. And sure, it's a risk. You don't know necessarily what's going to happen, where you're going, what you're going to do. But typically, the universe looks after those that do step out and take a chance. This is the Fool card. It doesn't mean you're being foolish. It means that, no, you mightn't have all the evidence, but you're going to take action. See all that red there? You're going to take action and do something. See the green? There's opportunities in growth. You're going to learn by what you've been through, and you're going to take a risk and try and get some of those opportunities to come your way. The only way you can do that is to say to the universe, yes, I am willing to step out of my comfort zone. I may go travelling, because this is like a travelling bag here on the back. And yes, it's going to cost money. Of course it will. And yes, there may be risks involved, but I'll be careful and I'll look at those risks and I'll weigh them up properly. I'm not going to go silly. I'll check the travel advisories that the government puts out and decide where I'm going to go, and I'll play it safe. Go to the safe places, but I'll still do it. Okay, so you may decide in the second week that travel is for you in 2020. Okay, so now looking at the third week of January for you terrific Taurians, and we'll come out with this card, which is quite a lovely card. It's the 10 of Pentacles. You could get unexpected good news around money. You might win a new contract. It's the end of a cycle. You could get paid for something and get more money, get a bonus. You might have done such a sterling job that the people that are paying you think you're wonderful. Okay, you'll be feeling pretty good, like confident, proud of what you've achieved. But this is Pentacles, so it's on the earthly plane. Could be money, could be housing, your physical possessions. You could buy new clothes and be really proud of them. You'll be proud of yourself for what you've achieved. Beautiful card. If you've had financial issues, it all works out. It's like, oh yes, I did have that problem, but I got extra money from somewhere, or it's not as bad as I thought it was, for example. Now looking at the fourth week, the last 10 days of January for you terrific Taurians, and we come up with, that one is calling me, which is the Hangman. Okay, so the Hangman doesn't sound very nice, but it's actually not that bad. It's about learning patience. Yes, it's taking time. It's taking longer than you would like. It's a bit like waiting around. In numerology, it's the number 0. Yes, 0 is a number. So it's between the last cycle, 9, the end of the cycle, and the beginning of a new cycle, which is 1. So you have to be patient here. You have to wait. Things all good things come to those who wait, but they don't necessarily come to us in the time frame that we would like. Okay, sometimes it just takes time. If you're pregnant, you know you're pregnant, you know you're going to have a baby. Towards the end, you could be feeling really frustrated, get this baby out of me. It's a bit like that. You're hanging, waiting around for something to happen. But you do have in January a general sort of movement from being restricted in some way and gaining freedom in another way. And that freedom could be financially, it could be through you deciding you're going to travel, and maybe you say, well, yes, I'm going to travel, but I can't go until such and such a date. So there is ultimate freedom, but waiting could be involved if you want to travel overseas. Maybe it's the weather, or maybe it's your finances, or something else that is a challenge that is holding you back. But don't worry, all good things come to those who wait. Now, I will just close my eyes for you, terrific Taurians, and see what I can see to sum up psychically for you. Now, I've got a picture in front of me, but I don't know what it is. It's like I'm in a train. No, it's not a train. I'm in a machine of some description. There's this big door. Oh, you know what it's like? It's like a zip line, you know, up a mountain. And they're putting the harness on me, actually, and I'm attached to this zip line, bungee jumping looking thing. And it's scary, but I'm going to jump. But it's a zip line, it's not a bungee, because it's going forward. So this is about, you could be feeling nervous about stepping out, but it's actually fun. It's going to be fun, and everything is okay. It is safe. And so I'm going to step out, and I'm going to enjoy myself, and I'm going to get from here to over there. So I'm moving forward, and I do feel for you, terrific Taurians. January is all about you moving forward, you making gains, you gaining ground, getting somewhere, getting to what your final goals are. So I would encourage you, beginning of January, to write down your goals for the year for 2020, because this is such a huge time astrologically. There's so much going on, and spiritually I can see the opportunities there. So start to get clear about what you want this year, because there's so many opportunities. There's big energy in front of me here, all different colors, and it's like a fountain, and all of these beautiful colors coming out of the fountain and going up into spirit. They're just going up into space. So something you'd see on like a science fiction movie is what I'm seeing for you. And all of this energy and this real connection with spirit, with upstairs, you know, and this toing and froing of the beautiful energies between you in 2020. So that's really quite lovely. So whatever happens in your life, just believe that you are making progress. You definitely are, because I can see it. Okay, I do hope that was helpful for you. I'll leave a link here where you can go to my website and read more and more about the astrological influences, and the fact that this is a 4-year that we're going into in terms of numerology. So building things up is really important this year, making yourself safe and secure, and working towards a project. It's not a get rich quick type of energy. It's not that type of year. It's, you know, there are challenges and restrictions this year, but you will get there. Just keep doing what you're doing, keep your eye on the prize, and you can have that success and those opportunities. But thanks so much for watching today. I do hope you found that helpful. Give this video a like if you did, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to click the notification bell, because I have things coming out. Okay, but more importantly, have a wonderful month, the first month in the first year of the new decade, the 2020s. So much change and innovation and transformation coming up in the next few years for all of us. Okay, thanks again, and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.